Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 15, Episode 2. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. So when the episode first opens up, the ladies are still at the party acting up. Candy all hype because Courtney bouncing all in her face, honey. She doing a bankhead bounce all up in Candy's face and she ain't here for it, okay? Martel done walked over to Sheree and she's like, oh, they pulled me to the side to tell me you messing with other women in Atlanta. So he was like, well, every time I come to Atlanta, I'm with you, so the other woman is getting the short end of the stick. Let me tell you something. I don't buy nothing that Martel says. Not nothing. If he would sneak out during the height of the panini, okay, when people didn't know what this was and what exactly was going on so that you could cheat, I can only imagine what he's doing in Atlanta when your back is turned, Sheree. Okay, girl, goodbye. So Sheree was like, yeah, in her confessional, Candy's minions have some tea on Martel, but I mean, what else would they have to talk about if it wasn't me? I mean, they're trying to ruffle my feathers, but we're wearing feathers tonight, honey, not ruffling them. Girl, anyway, girl gone. Sheree, you stay a sidekick, so you would know all about minions. And also, why are you bringing up Candy when it's Kenya and Manetta that pulled you to the side to talk about him DMing her? You know what? It is so obvious to me that you're making your storyline this season, you feuding with Candy. It doesn't make no sense. It really doesn't. So Sonya is trying to figure out why it went left. She's over there talking to the bobblehead. So she goes to check on Candy because she's like, wait a minute, girl. Let me check on Candy, honey, for Candy get mad at me. So she goes over there. Candy is pissed because Sonya just let her walk into the mess without giving her a heads up. She's like, yeah, I mean, I just met her with Sheree this week. So Don Juan said, oh, she's Sheree's friend. That's why she's bouncing. Don Juan, shut up. I do not know why that tickled me so. I think it was the way he said it. Oh, that's why she's bouncing. Baby, I think I'm going to say that a few days a week, honey. Oh, she's Sheree's friend. That's why she's bouncing. Oh, honey, that's a soundbite. Anywho, that really tickled me, child. That tickled me. Sheree has brought on her friends for the past 2 seasons to do her dirty work. Last season, it was Fatum, and she came on with the tea about Drew and her husband. Yes, I said husband, honey, because Ralph is no longer. She came on with the tea about Ralph and Drew, and now this season is Courtney with this. I mean, you said that I said that you knew me. I didn't say that I knew you. I don't know you. Is that a read? I don't feel red. I mean, it's just too much going on, child. Shout out to Monique with a Y. So over in the corner, child, because Ralph don't know what's going on. He's so removed from the drama. Ralph is over there talking to Ross. So Sonya runs over to tell Sheree about Courtney and Candy about the fight. So Sheree gets up like, wait a minute, Courtney's not even a fighter. So they all go over to find out what happened. So Candy is telling them how Courtney was bouncing and misbehaving. And Kenya is like, yeah, she's very animated. So, they start mimicking her or whatever. Oh my God. She fits right in with Sheree. Y'all remember when Sheree and Marlo were in Africa and they were doing that stupid arguing and their heads were bouncing from side to side and they were speaking gibberish? It's giving very much Courtney. Moving forward. So here come Don Juan talking about, yeah, Candiana was about to come out. And then I came in and I was like, whoa, hold up. Now, Don Juan, I don't remember all that. Okay. I don't remember none of that. Now, maybe they edited it out or something. But, honey, I do not remember you stepping in between talking about, whoa. Whoa. No, I'm just kidding. Honey, shout out to Kill Zodiac. Honey, the ring didn't mean a thing. Oh, my goodness, honey. I'm not about to take Atlanta seriously. Listen, back in the day, I used to take the Housewives very seriously, and I thought that they weren't playing in my face. But today's date, I feel like sometimes things can be a little contrived, and these are things and plots and schemes that Todd has set up to come at us with the bush. Okay, so I'm just going to come from a lighthearted place. We going to kiki over here, get into it as we get into it, and we going to move on, honey. Moving forward. So over in the corner on the craps table, Marlo over there getting her gamble on. She in the confessional talking about, Am I the only one that's behaving? Oh my God. I am appalled. You know what? Therapy works. Y'all better get y'all some. Marlo, please. You ain't changed, okay? You're going to be right back to acting a fool a little bit later, honey. So you ain't changed. So then Sheree walks up with Courtney, and Kenya is like, my friend is upset. So Candy doesn't want to talk about it. She's like, listen, let's just table it. We'll talk about it later. So the ladies are all talking about Hotel, talking to other women. So Sheree is like, I'm going to need some evidence, though. I'm going to need some real evidence. So Sonya goes, you know what? I got to go. It's my husband's party. I'm not about to do this with y'all. Sonya, that is true. But as a housewife, they don't care nothing about that, honey. They don't give a damn. Baby, they don't care where they are. They will ruin anything, okay? So please don't take them nowhere nice, because if you don't want foolery, then you don't need to involve or invite the cast of any Housewives franchise. That's what they do. They get in a corner and get to kikiing and fighting. Girl, so Sheree wants the receipts. Martel comes over. He said, you said that? You said I DM'd you? Oh, well, if I did, I mean, you probably accept everybody's DMs. So these two are heated. And Martel is in May fashion, like he like to be. And he gonna say, well, what if I did? What if I did want to F you? That was 2 years ago. Why you talking about it now? Huh? Why you talking about it now? Well, baby, what he say that for? When he started cussing, Kenyatta got activated. And baby, she got up and she was like, are you cussing at me? Excuse me? Are you talking to the queen this way? Who are you talking to? So baby, she coming all up in his face. Now, Kenya, let me just stop you right here. When Hotel would have said one cuss word to me, I would have cussed him out from afar, but I would have never ran up on him, because he doesn't deserve that type of energy. Don't even give him all that. Okay, this is what he wants. He's looking for a moment. Don't even give him that. So when he started cussing, she was like, you know what, Sheree? Once a cheater, always a cheater. He did it to his wife and he gonna do it to you. The same way that he is talking to me is exactly how he's gonna talk to you. And you went through that same thing with Bob. And let me tell you something. People can feel however they want to feel about Kenya, some or more. But she's telling the truth. She is telling the truth. Listen, when he called his ex-wife, the mother of his kids, a pro on national TV, I knew he was capable of anything. And I don't care what the people say about, well, y'all mixing the shows. He ain't did nothing over here. Baby, he is the same person, different city. You're not going to convince me otherwise. The person that he is in Huntsville is the same person that he is in Atlanta. So y'all can miss me with that. Well, he ain't do nothing to Sheree. He is definitely waiting to disrespect her, because that's who he is. So they end up leaving because it's getting heated. Yeah, Sheree, get his leash and take him on to the house, honey. Take him on back to the dog pound. Go on, take him on back to Chateau Sheree. So he in the car talking about, I don't want them lying on me. Why y'all lying on me? Coming at me, talking about y'all a queen. Well, I'm a king. I mean, and I don't want to be lied on. Sir, you're a court jester at best. Don't nobody want to talk to you or talk about you. Moving forward. Side note, they ain't even tell Sonya bye. Oh, Sonya. Oh, honey, they treat her so bad. In the next scene, Ralph is at home with his daughter. His daughter looking just like Drew. She's so pretty. A pretty little girl. So then Drew pulls up after being in Chicago. So her dad is in a nursing home. He has Alzheimer's disease, and she just went to check on family. It's hard on her mom. It's hard on her and her siblings. And it's a lot of pressure, especially with her mom being there by herself. So she was telling Ralph how, she was a little bit sad and somber, but then she played her song for him, and it made her feel good because that's something that her and her dad always shared in common. And she felt like it made her closer to him and that he was remembering her for a moment. Oh, Drew, I missed you last episode, honey. I don't care what the people say. I was like, where's Drew? In her confusion. Because y'all know Drew gonna come here confused, y'all. So then they started talking about her doing music, and she tells us about how she was signed to Slip and Slide Records. Okay, shout out to Trina and Trick Daddy. She said she was in a girl group. Oh, baby, Drew is running down the resume. Okay. So then the producer asked her, well, are you and Ralph on good terms? Are y'all in a good place? She said, yeah, because of music, this is the best place we've been in 8 years. That is truly sad. That is truly sad. Oh my gosh, honey. And not the producers trying to set it up so, we can know what's going on and how it naturally progressed to divorce. I hate that we know the outcome And I also hate that Drew is going to have to go through this during filming. That's just too much. Side note, Drew, you look so pretty in this confessional. You really do. Girl, you looking good. Shout out to Go Naked Hair. So then she was talking to Ralph, and she asked Ralph how the party was because she didn't get to go. And he told her, that it was cool. She was like, did anybody try to hit on you? Girl, nobody want Ralph but you. So she's asking him that. And he actually met his cousin, he said, which is Courtney. And Courtney explained to us that her dad's sister is Ralph's grand aunt. And I'm like, grand aunt? Does she mean great aunt? Is it me? I have never heard grand aunt. Have y'all ever heard grand aunt? Child, I know I'm not crazy, but I might be. But I have never heard grand aunt. And that would explain why I don't care for Courtney. She's related to Ralph. So Drew asked what happened with Candy and who was Candy trying to fight or whatever. And he was like, well, I think she was trying to fight my cousin. She said, oh, would she like to fight like you? The Pittmans are crazy. And the whole time she was saying that, I was thinking to myself, who was Ralph trying to fight? Let me find out you trying to fight Drew, allegedly. Because why would she just say that? Because I ain't never seen Ralph get activated. Anywho, in the next scene, Candy and Sonya, they're having dinner. They're talking. They let us know that they've become fast friends. They went on a trip to Disney together with the kids. And so they cool like that. So they started talking. And Sonya's telling her that Ross wants to be the king of his own castle. He ready for the people to move out. Plus, her mom wants to move to Florida. Sonya, you are the only one that wants to continue playing Full House. Let these people go. Why are you afraid of being with your husband and your family alone? Y'all have 3 separate families under one roof with different needs. So I just really feel like there's a fear of going out on your own. Like you cannot live with your entire family forever. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people do it, and that's fine. But your husband is saying, I want my own space. I want to walk around in my drawers if I feel like it. I can't even go drink out the milk carton because there are 5,000 other people in this house. So I need to get these people out of here. So then Sonya was asking Candy about the party. She was like, it was okay until Courtney came bouncing like a bobblehead all up in my face. So then Sonya was like, now did nobody ask Sonya this? Okay. She was like, well, girl, let me tell you what happened before we saw you. She was like, yeah, she was saying something about she went to this place and you had posted about it and you brought the hood out. So they show Courtney saying how Candy posted in her stories about this place called Tropical. And supposedly it's exclusive. But the next week after Candy posted that, the crowd was ghetto. Ma'am, that's called being an influencer. It's called being influenced. And if it was that damn exclusive, the hood would not have been invited in. I really don't get it. You know what that reminds me of, y'all? Because y'all know I'm a Real Housewives of Atlanta connoisseur over here on this side. It reminds me of that party, that bedroom candy party that Candy had, and Nene was pissed because Candy invited the people on the Twitter. She was like, ooh, these people? Candy invited people off of Twitter? Yes, she invited people off of Twitter. She does not have any control over who shows up after she posts something. And y'all could probably take notes and learn a thing or two. The people that support Candy support her for a reason. That's why she's so successful, because she doesn't look down on others. So while you sitting there turning your nose up and drinking your tea with your pinky finger in the damn air, we don't know who you are. We don't know who you are. Okay. But we do know Candy and the ghetto people that come to the restaurant after she posts. And I'm just trying to figure out, are you trying to talk about us? Because it's, what? So Candy was like, well, what I want to know is, what did you say to defend me? And she ain't defend you, girl, and didn't. So Sonya goes, well, I told her that you were my friend and y'all needed to talk, and that's what y'all did. She said, oh, okay, so you didn't take up for me. Let's be real. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. And let's just be for real. Last season should have told you that Sonya is team nobody really. But if we have to pick one, it's going to be team Sheba Sheehan and Marlotta. She is not going to choose you, Candy. And she's like, well, yeah, like I told her, especially when she was saying, like, Candy is like, girl, you didn't do it. Okay. And it's okay. You're a flip flopper. It's okay. So Candy goes, well, I doubt that she took up for me. Well, your doubts would be correct because she did not. So Sonya goes, well, I don't feel like they were calling her ghetto. I mean, I just feel like they were saying, she's worldwide and the people are coming out. Sonya, that makes absolutely no sense. It was implied that she is ghetto as well. You are the company that you keep through your stories, honey. So you're implying, and that lady was implying, not you, but the lady was implying that she was ghetto. Sonya isn't going to unstraddle that fence. Now, it's okay that she talks with Kandi and she's letting it be known. Just because y'all aren't cool with Kandi doesn't mean I'm not going to be cool with Kandi. I get that. But Kandi, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. I would not tell her too much, because she has taken Sheree's bone collector or bone carrier title and she has ran with it. So whatever it is that you don't want to get out, I wouldn't tell Sonya. Moving forward. In the next scene, we see like a little montage of the ladies. We see Marlo with her nephew, Drew and Ralph getting ready to drop it with Drew. And Sonya is FaceTiming Ross. So she's like, what are you doing? I'm ready for baby number 2 and you're always in Austin. So he's working a lot and she's ready to get it popping. Girl, you don't want no second baby right now. Honey, it's giving storyline. Let's move on. Over on the other side, Kandi and Todd are going to Blaze because they say it's not popping. It's not popping like it really should. At the height of the panini, everything was good. Then everything just went downhill. Yeah, you know what? That changed a lot of businesses, and not for the better. It really did. It pushed people out of the workforce. A lot of people pivoted. They found their passions, i.e. me. Okay. And it's just different now. So, the other restaurants do well, but Blaze, not so much. So they're going over there to try some new foods. So they started talking about Todd wanting to open a Mexican restaurant. And she's like, why you keep opening up these restaurants? Okay. Why? Yes. Why? The people say the first 3 need a little work. Did y'all ever get that generator down to the OLG? Don't you want to go? I love that theme song. Oh, I love it, honey. But I hope y'all got a generator trying to open up a Mexican restaurant. So he basically said, I'm opening it up because it's a money thing. That's the most money that I have ever made. Todd, I understand that it's a quick money grab, but restaurants take a lot of work. And I feel you on that. But at the same time, you have to execute what you already have open before you open something else. I feel like you're going to be spread too thin. And then these businesses are going to suffer. And, there are complaints and reviews about the food quality and the consistency of the food. One day you come and it smacks. The next day you come and you want to slap the hell out the cook. One day you come and it's fine with the customer service. The next day you come and it ain't. So we need to get those things together first. And then we can, mosey on down to the taco stand. But not right now. So while they're talking about the restaurant, Melvin walks in a sling. Okay, he has his arm in a sling. So they just carrying on like he ain't come in there with no sling. So then they bring out some food for them to try. Side note, they showed Philip and I was like, hey, Philip. I don't know why I feel like I know Philip just because I watched, Old Lady Gang. But when I saw Philip, I was like, look at Philip making his cameo and whatnot. So they bring out some food for them to try, right? And so the producers roll up like, yeah. Are y'all going to address the elephant in the room? So Todd was like, for legal reasons, we just really can't do that. So some of the ladies are in the confessional and Kenya said, you never want to hear about something happening, especially at Candy's restaurant. So Sonya goes, it's nothing scarier than hearing something happened at your business. Here goes Sheree. When we go to Candy's restaurant, we don't know if we're going to get biscuits or bullets. Well, honey, that's any restaurant these days. That's why I stay in the house and cook for myself. Okay, I let the Instagram chefs give me some recipes and I repeat them. Because, baby, people are losing their damn minds. Everybody's so high strung. People are trying to feed their families, honey. I just stay in the house. Okay. And that was cute. But I'm just really confused on why Sheree is really going so hard on Kandi this season. It's very strange. The reason why I find it very strange is because there's no real beef. It's like Sheree just came on to this season like, I hate Kandi. Girl, what exactly did she do to you? Anyway, so Kandi is telling us in the confessional that, a person came to work late. They came to work drunk. Him and Melvin exchanged words. They went outside and he shot her cousin. Now, I'm going to tell you this right here. Working in a restaurant is not for the weak. I really feel like everyone should be a server for at least 3 days. It should be mandatory in order for you to just live, honey, because working in a restaurant is not for the weak. It's one of the most high stress jobs ever. And add liquor to the mix and you could really wound up hurt. Now, I mean, Melvin could have lost his life, and I'm happy he was blessed with another chance, but that's something very serious. And when I heard them say that it was the producer and his name was Eric, I was just like, isn't that the same producer from Potomac? Eric, honey, I'm speaking directly to you. I hope you're going to ask the same question to Rob next season, because I know she going to be hush mouth, and we ain't got time for that. We want to know everything that went on, and don't think we forgot. Moving forward. Now, to play devil's advocate for a moment, I understand them asking the question, though, because he is legit wearing a sling. Like, we just not finna act like we don't see this man wearing a sling. Like, tell us what's going on. And we all know, because we all heard the news and the headlines. So if you're on this reality show, this is when we want to hear about it, when the season starts. What have you been up to? What has happened? What has transpired? And if Melvin comes to join, like if Melvin didn't come to the scene, then you don't have to talk about it. I mean, they might ask about it a little later anyway. But Melvin was there, and he was the one that was involved. So, of course, they're going to want you to talk about it. In the next scene, Kenya and Brooklyn, they meet up with Kenya's friend, Akilah. Her daughter and Kenya's daughter are best friends. Baby, Akilah's hair is everything. Do you hear me? Everything. She is so pretty. So, anywho, they sit down because they just got through playing a little tennis. They sit down. They start talking. Kenya is gushing over Roy, and he owns Kill Me Crazy, and she is like really smitten with him. So Akilah goes, well, girl, I mean, I'm happy for you. If he's your one, that's good. But if he ain't, girl, look, I'll take you to some football games with me, because her husband plays professional football. She's like, if it ain't happening, honey, I'll take you to some games with me. Over on the other side, Sheree and Sonya go for drinks. So we find out Sheree is a glam mother, and Cairo has a beautiful daughter, and now Sheree is letting it be known that she has a grandbaby. So they start talking about what went down at the party with Hotel and Kenya. So Sheree is like, yeah, they were just ambushing him. They were not ambushing him. You called him over. Okay? You called him over. They pulled you to the side to have a conversation with you. You called him over to get it started. So Sonya's like, oh, well, let me guess. She called him aggressive, just like she did Ross. Sonya, please. Okay, girl, please hush. Ross was, okay, but later we found out that he was not talking to the lady, so that's totally different. But the way that it was edited, it did look bad. Now, that's my honest opinion. It did look bad in that moment. So Sheree's like, yeah, I mean, we can't keep labeling our black men aggressive. Yeah, no deal. No deal. If you come across aggressive, I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. And Martel has exhibited aggressive behavior on several occasions. He is definitely aggressive. Sheree, you did the same thing in Miami with Tammy's nephew. That man was aggressive to Kenya in the moment. And you and Phaedra sat out on that patio the next morning. That could have been any one of our sons. And Kenya's calling him aggressive. Well, if it's any one of your sons, I hope he don't run up on a woman calling her little bit. Watch out, little bit. I'm not going to forget that. So, I mean, you're screaming pick me at this moment. Back with Kenya, she's telling Akilah and the B what happened. And she was like, girl, Montel Jordan DM'd me. It's not Montel Jordan, honey. Don't even give him that much credit. It's Hotel Holt. So Hotel Holt DM'd Kenya, and she's telling Akilah and the B. She's like, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to keep it to myself, but he was trying to deny it. Back over with Sheree. She's like, I'm going to need some receipts. I mean, she didn't have no receipts. She didn't have nothing. I mean, this is true. She was coming with the tea, but she wasn't coming with the receipts. She was like, yeah, he may not have been 100% right, but she needs to be accountable for her actions. She's like, the stuff that, she did to Martel, it just doesn't sit right with me. I don't know where we're going to go from here. Girl, she ain't do nothing to that man like that. You called him over there. So you going to throw away your friendship with Kenya over Hotel? Okay. Oh, side note, you look beautiful in your confessional, by the way. But girl, don't be trying to throw away your friendships with them for this man. Kenya over there still talking to Akilah. And in her confessional, she was like, I feel like with the friendship that me and Sheree have, we can sit down and talk about it. Well, girl, y'all on 2 different pages, honey, and probably in 2 different books. Kenya is telling Akilah that Sheree is traumatized. Akilah said, oh, girl, at this big age? Yes, ma'am. Okay, girl, my sentiments exactly. Moving forward. In the next scene, Drew and Ralph go to the studio to drop some beats. I like the song. When we flipping positions, I ain't gonna tell you whose is it, cause you already know. I like that, Drew. Okay, girl. It's a bop. Maybe you and Candace can go on a Housewives tour, and y'all can pick up Ashley and she can sing, sipping the coffee, sipping the tea. we can do a Housewives tour. We can go get Kim. Whoa, whoa, whoa. She can sing this. The ring don't mean a thing, honey, because y'all know she need a little coin, honey. So Kim can sing Tardy for the Party and the ring don't mean a thing. Candace can drive back. You can tell them whose is it, and they already know. And then we can sip some coffee and some tea with Ashley. It's the Housewives tour coming to a city near you. So anyway, she said her spark for singing came back after she sung Happy Birthday for old ungrateful Sheree last season. And she was just saying, she really got her passion back. Drew really does have a beautiful voice. She really does. So the producer asked, what is your dynamic, with Ralph in the studio? And she said, well, he wrote and produced the song, and the music is their saving grace. Like, they really get along great when they're in the studio. Did y'all notice how Ralph was looking at Drew? He does not genuinely care about her. It's almost like he has a jealousy for her. I don't know. Y'all go, I might be reaching, honey, but go back and look. And just the way he be looking at her, just piercing through her soul and whatnot. So anywho, after they get through talking, Ralph hopped on the keys and Drew blew it Acapulco. Okay, blew it Acapulco. And I just thought she sounded beautiful. Drew, I really wish you success with your musical journey. I really do. So Ralph was like, yeah, we should go on Tiny Desk. All right, now y'all going too far, honey. Y'all ain't about to be invited to no Tiny Desk singing this song, child. In the next scene, Sheree is at the distribution center playing around. Girl, please. Talking about, why are these so wrinkled? How y'all getting these out? How y'all sending these out to the customers so wrinkled? They not. That's the reason anybody who orders She by Sheree, let me tell y'all why y'all ain't got y'all's products. Y'all have not gotten your things because Sheree does not want to pay for them to iron them, honey. She don't want to pay for an iron. So that's the reason why you have not gotten your $5,000 sweatshirt, because it's wrinkled. And she can't pay the $5, honey. She can't pay the $5. So then Kenya shows up to talk to Sheree. Hey, girl. So they start talking about this DirecTV commercial and this man and whatnot. Then they transition over to her new boo, which is Sheree. And she's like, so, you're getting claimed. Is she? I'm sure I don't know what they're saying in Huntsville. But anywho, Sheree is getting claimed. So they start talking about how things went left between Kenya and Hotel. So Sheree is like, it didn't have to go there. You're absolutely right, Sheree. No, it did not. You should have told her, Kenya, that there was no need to call him over because it was a while ago, and you shouldn't have gone and got him, Sheree, to confront a woman. So everybody played a part. It's not all on Kenya. You know what? They really just trip me out. Every time something goes down, it's just all Kenya's fault. There's no fault for anyone else, just her. Anyway, so Kenya said, she didn't like the way that he did his wife, and after watching him on the show, she just doesn't care for him. She just does not. So Sheree goes, well, girl, you have seen me countless times. You could have talked to me. You could have brought this up. Now, in Sheree's defense, Kenya, why didn't you? Kenya was like, well, I didn't bring it up because I didn't think about it until I saw y'all together. Kenya, now, if you needed to say something, or if you knew something, you should have said it at the reunion last season when he FaceTimed her during the taping. Like, I'm just saying, that didn't make any sense to me. It didn't dawn on me until I saw the two of you together. No, if you knew he was even initially talking to her, I would have said, girl, before you go too deep, make sure you check him out, honey, because he was trying to talk to me as well. Okay, I would have said this. I would have said that to her, and that would have been cool. You didn't need to see them together to say something. So Sheree is like, well, I had already saw the message. When we first got together, he told me everything, and he told me that he had DM'd Kenya. And that's why I was kind of like playing it off and kind of laughing like, girl, what? Say what? Sheree. You really think I'm Boo Boo the Fool? If that's the case, and Martel had told you everything, why, when y'all were sitting at that table in the initial scene, did he go, Kenya? I don't think I've met her before. And that wouldn't have been something he said if y'all had already talked about him showing you a DM. Also, why at the party when he came over to show it to you, you were looking all confused trying to see the DM? Why did you look at it if you had already saw it? Ma'am, please. There would have been no reason to call him over. You would have said, girl, I already saw that. We already talked about that. And thank you for telling me, trying to give me a heads up or whatever. It's cool. But he had already showed me the DMs, and it wasn't like you trying to make it Kenya. You tried it. You tried it, and I would have walked away. But in true Sheree fashion, you playing games. So Sheree was like, I think y'all would like each other. Like, I really do. So Kenya goes, yeah, it's a no for me. He's too disrespectful. So they going back and forth and back a little bit. So Kenya was like, bros before hoes. Sheree said, no, it's hoes before bros. Kenya said, no, we're the bros in this case. And he's the hoe. Yep. Hotel Holt. Oh my goodness, child. This is so funny. Kenya was like, yeah, he was very disrespectful. And so Sheree is saying that he wasn't. I mean, he did take it up a notch with the cussing. Because she was kind of laughing it off at first. She was like, oh, you're so aggressive. Because she's watched the show. So, of course, that's why she's saying that. But she was kind of laughing with it. She wasn't really being very rude to him. But then he, Martel don't know how to act unless he acting out. And so that's when he started cussing and whatnot. So I would have reacted the exact same way. Kenya said the thing that got her was not the fact that he was saying, if I wanted to F her, I could have. That's just how he talked. Okay, cool. What got her was him saying that she answers all her DMs. Now, he was implying that you were a thirst bucket. I ain't gonna lie to you. So Sheree lying, talking about, I didn't hear that part. Okay, Sheree, you conveniently didn't hear that part. When they rolled that beautiful bean footage back, we saw you hearing that part. So Kenya goes like, I feel like he was trying to say I was a pro. Sheree said, I wouldn't have been triggered by that. Like, I wouldn't have cared. Well, you don't halfway comprehend, Sheree. So of course you wouldn't have thought. I don't even know what I'm watching right now. I really don't. Is this the Twilight Zone? Now, in the midst of their conversation, I really just had to stop because are we really giving? Okay, and I want us all to think about this before we get down in the comments and get to arguing about who was right, Sheree, Martel, or Kenya. Are we really giving Martel and Sheree center peach energy? Are we really doing that? I would have acted, if I was Kenya, okay, if I were Kenya, I would have acted like I never saw that DM. I don't want to hear about this anymore. And I hope that this is no longer a thing. I hope that we leave it here because I don't want to hear about it anymore. I really don't. In the middle of them talking, I was just like, what is this? Is this really a thing? It's giving Bolo. And I don't want to keep talking about that, child. I really don't. So Sheree was like, first it was Ralph being aggressive. This is her in her confessional. Martel defends himself and now he's a piece of well, if the shoe fits. She's like, what is it with you calling black men aggressive? Are they public enemy number one because you don't have one? Sheree, don't even go there because you don't either. LaRon left you sitting in your chinchilla looking silly on the streets of Philly. So please don't do that. And the first person you called was Kenya. And clearly, Martel has acted a fool as well because y'all don't even follow each other on social media. And don't think we didn't research it. The way you are defending him, you would think y'all are married, honey, and he ain't even claiming you. If y'all just casually dating, take in what she's saying. Stop being so defensive. You just told her if he would have addressed you the way that he addressed her, you would have said to him, oh, you wish or they wish. Well, why can't this just roll off your shoulders? Girl, you said he DM'd you. Well, that's cool because we're together. Doesn't even matter. Moving forward. Honey, move on. Like, what is going on? It's giving clownery. It's giving very much clownery. So Kenya is talking and Sheree is defending and pulling the black man card. Kenya, I want to say this to you though, before I end this review. You cannot keep saying, I came by myself. Everyone else is with their man and I'm here by myself. Girl, make sure that your man can attend, honey, or start bringing Brandon back around. Apollo is gone. So you can bring Brandon back around. Okay. Nene is gone. Peter is gone. So you can bring Brandon back around. Because you're always saying there's no man there to defend me or whatever, this, that, and that, and this. It's always something. So to alleviate all of that, make sure you bring somebody to have your back. And let Sheree learn on her own, honey. Let her learn on her own. Sheree, Kenya has been nothing but a friend to you these past 2 seasons. She was very upset and very concerned about you when you were going through things with LaRon, and she also put together that shopping spree where you had to pay for everything with your own money and you don't appreciate it. I ain't got time for these helpers. I really ain't got time, honey. I'm team nobody. I don't give a damn. And that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about episode 2. Did you watch it? It was cute. Atlanta is trying, child. They trying. These are my girls and I'm gonna stick beside them. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.